Welcome back to Themed Journals. My name is April. Okay, so as you can see, I did the zigzag stitch around and my machine was skipping really badly. I don't know why. You can really see it here. No clue. Anyway, I tried to fix it and that's the best I can do. Okay, so I cut this piece in the last video. And we were going to glue it down, and then I remembered I needed to do the zigzag stitch around, so I did that. All right. Okay, so we're back to gluing stuff. Normally for this type of journal, I would do a pillowcase style for it, but I wanted to try this different style out today. We'll see how it goes. All right. Okay, we're going to do the same finger technique as before. I know, probably bad for my hands. All right. And we're going to put the center, the spine down first and then go out left and right. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, as soon as I can get my another one of these so I can get the glue off my fingers so I can be half decent. Ugh. Tell you what, this stuff really gets on your fingers, man. All right. And then it transfers to your other finger. What a pain in the neck. All right, well, we'll put that over there and give up on that for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to flip these down, and then we're going to, I'll show you what else we're going to do. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to run it along here so there's no visible glue seam. Not that you're going to see this, because what I plan to do, you won't be able to see it anyway. And we're going to go down both sides. But this is thin enough material where if you don't do it this way, it will come through the all right, let's cut this down a little bit. I'm going to save all my strips of offcuts because you never know when you're going to need them in a project. All right. Oh yeah, we're going to cut in this way, then we're going to cut this way at a diagonal, and then we're going to fold this over and glue it like that. Okay. All right. So let's do this end too. Diagonal. And then you sort of line it up like this on a diagonal, and then you just snip on a diagonal. And then you take this one, and I actually did that one right. Okay. And you want to put a little bit on the end there so that it, all right. All right. Let's do this end first because it's done properly and I won't have a problem with it like the other end. Let's get this underneath here. All right. See what I mean by this corner? Oh, pain in the neck. If you don't get your first cut right, you can forget about it for the rest of the time. All right. Let's put a little dab under here. Keep it down. All right. Okay, we need to do the corners. Let's see if I can do it properly this time. Diagonal, April. Okay, this way, and then we're going to do our diagonal here. There we go. Then we're going to do the diagonal here, and we got a corner. Okay. Sometimes the corners can be easier. All right, let's see here. There. All right, let's see how it goes. All right. Now, the one thing that I didn't do last time, and I should have, was I didn't smooth out the glue, and that's why we had trouble last time. Okay. Well, look at how pretty that is. Oh. Okay, so let me keep all my little scraps over here for the cats, and I'll keep the dogs over here. Oh, get off my finger. All right, get off my finger, please. Ugh. There. Okay. Now, getting back to these, they'll add a puffy ambiance to the inside. All right. But first we've got to cut them down. So we want a little bit to show. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. All right, let's flip this over so we can see. All right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, because I showed you this, I'm going to cut it a little shorter, simply because it would have been too puffy. Let me see if I did it right. Okay. See if it looks good on this side too. It does. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is just hold it like this and just cut up. Measure, not measure. We're going to put this aside because we need to get the fabric back out, and we need to do these really quick. Oh, you know what? Since these are the same size, I might just cut all of them at once so I don't have to fuss it with the next one. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have to cut this way too, I think. Ooh, there we go. All right, and we're going to do the third one, or the fourth one. See, now the length this time is good. It's the width that's a little wonky here. All right. All right. Okay, now get your fabric back out. And we're going to glue these down just like we did the first ones. Now, remember, this is directional. We do not want to mess up our directions. Yeah. All right. Before I do anything weird, this has a bias, or this is the edge, and it doesn't get printed on. I use this for other stuff. So we're going to cut it off. Now, if you all sell stuff on Temu, or not Temu, but TikTok, please let me know in the, you can email me at my email address, or you can make a comment below how you find it. Is it easy to sell on Temu, or is it just as much a pain in the neck as like, other stuff, like the more traditional things. Anyway. Okay, so this is up. That means we need to go this way and make sure it's in the correct direction. For this, it doesn't matter if it got mixed up now. It wouldn't make quite the difference that it will be once, right. Let's go this way. All right. All right, that's our first piece, and then our second piece, I don't want to cut into this, so let me put it over there. Yep. So I'm very excited about making these journals for the people who requested them. Now, if you have a theme that you have in mind and you want, you're just watching this channel because it's a happening channel and you're not really into making journals, I'd be happy to take a commission from you. You just have to email me at my Gmail, themed.journals@gmail.com to make those arrangements. All right, so we're going to let's just put that on real quick. All right, and then we're just going to smooth it out really quick. And then we're going to smooth out the fabric as best we can so that, you know, the wrinkle here. Now, some people will say, oh, I want to iron it. That's fine. My iron, I've unpacked it, but it's still, I still don't have space for a lot of my things. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing as we did last time, is we're just going to fold this over. Okay. All right. All right. And then you do the opposite side of whichever way you started. All right. Get down. Some of the fabric I don't think I'm going to keep. All right. There's just a time and a place for keeping stuff, and little cutoffs like that, not worth it. All right, let's see if I still have stickiness. Nope, it dried. All right. That's why I normally only do 2 sides at a time with glue, but I thought, oh, well, we'll try it again. And I'm going to go back to only doing 1 side at a time with, or 2 sides at a time with glue. Otherwise, you just waste your glue. Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. There. See how I cut those on a diagonal and they met? Yeah, that's what you want to do, is catch your diagonal and cut it, and then you've got a corner that's good. Oh, fiddle dee dee. Oh, this happens sometimes. All right, I'll show you how to fix that. All right, I'm not keeping these small little pieces, just not going to do it. Ugh. If I can get them off my fingers, that is. Ugh. I'm going to have to take some acetone to my fingers tonight. Ugh. All right. All right. Okay. And basically, you know, whatever style that you decide to do your journal in, you just keep on repeating until you're done with whatever portion of the journal that you're working on. Completely done. I haven't made a journal in a while. Been working on other stuff, as you know. And all right, let's see if I can't do this one a little bit better. All right. All right. Okay. Ugh. All right, now, directional. All right. I'm not even going to bother doing it the opposite way right now with the glue. I just going to flip this up. Then once that's done, I'll turn it around. All right, now this is the diagonal one. Let's cut it and then do the diagonal right there. All right, oh, get off of me. Then we'll do another cut here and then diagonal here. And then we'll do the other diagonal when we're done. I know everybody else does it differently, but I cannot do it the way other people do it. I tried it and I had to throw away some fabric because it screwed up so badly on the corners. Ugh. All right, stay down. I think I'm running out of glue here. Let me put that there so I can make sure it's not on a diagonal. All right. And then once it's down, you cut the other diagonal. Like so. There. Much better this time around. And we'll cut the first diagonal like so. All right, now go away. Yep, we're on our last little bit of glue here. I know I've got more glue, but I don't know where I stuck it. Ugh. Okay, we're going to do the diagonal on this side. There. And we'll go down and do this side as well because, you know. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the zigzag stitch and do a zigzag around here again. Or not again, but, you know, like I did these. Hopefully I can make the diagonal or the zigzag work for me. The last time it was skipping, and that would not be cool to skip on this. So I'm not, I may have to Google skipping stitches and see what in the world. But it seemed to help to slow it down because I was going pretty fast when I first started. So on one it doesn't matter, the other very much matters. Okay, now I'll do the sewing offline. I want that the glue must dry before I continue. But before I let you go, remember this is diagonal, so this is down, or directional fabric, I mean. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a strip of fabric right here. Now, where are my scissors? Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut over a couple of inches, maybe about 3. All right. Because remember, the spine is only 2.5 inches. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see. You want it a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side so that it can be covered. And you don't want it all the way up here either, or down below. So I'm going to cut this right here. Now, okay, now we got, I did 2 at the same time. So we got the center. Oh, no, I'm not doing 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, April. All right. Never mind me. Okay. So let me see if this is my other glue bottle. It is. Good, good, good. What a nightmare. Hang on. Let me throw away my trash. It's just overwhelming me at the moment. All right. Put that back up there. And this I'm going to finish up and using. Okay, so let's, what I do first is I put the glue down the center right here. Let's see if I can get any more out of this. And there's the spit up. All right, that ends that lesson. All right. All right, this looks like it arrived up the mountain all right. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth it with my finger tool. All right, now I'm going to put it down like so. And then what I do is I lift up the side once I know where, you know, to come to. I just lift it up and glue it, another bead of glue down. All right, now, oof. All right, get on there. After I sew these on, what I'll do, or, you know, sew around these, I will now put these on here, and we're going to put end pieces on all the corners. All right, so I'm going to do the sewing offline. I'll come back in the next video and I'll show you what I've done. Thank you so much for joining me on today's theme journal journey. I hope you enjoyed and you have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when the next theme journal journey is going to begin, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.